What's going on, everybody? This is Nick Lawson from Squad Sports. We're really excited to be supporting the Free Agent Friday series. A lot of great talent out there. Without further ado, this is the next free agent you should be signing with your sports team.
All right, we're back for another Free Agent Friday. Today I've got Marquell Oliver with me. How's it going, Marquell?
Doing pretty good. How are you?
Good, man. Thanks for joining me. Appreciate it.
I appreciate you for having me on. This has been one of my favorite quarantine inventions. So it's been a slightly guilty pleasure. I'm trying to see what the competition looks like out there.
No, sounds good. I'll tell you what, unfortunately, there's a lot of great people out of work right now due to COVID. So hopefully, this little piece that we do, can help some people. I know it's already helped a handful. So I'm going to keep it going and hopefully keep helping people.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you for doing it too. This is, like I said, this is just innovative, and a beautiful way to connect people. I think it's truly probably one of the more underrated moves of the year.
Appreciate it. You know what? Every day I must have bumped my head. I came up with something good for once. I can help people, and what's great is I get to connect with a lot of cool people. So just on that standpoint, it's been mutually beneficial, I think.
Absolutely.
But let's jump into your college. Where'd you go to school, and any degrees that you received?
Yeah, absolutely. I started off my college career at Claflin University in South Carolina. And then I transferred to Illinois State University, graduated with a degree in sociology and criminal justice.
Nice.
Don't want to do anything with criminal justice, but they said I needed something to get through the door. I was like, that was easy.
So when did you decide you wanted to get into sports?
Actually, so my freshman year of college, we went on this retreat, and I met this young lady, and we were talking about people that we look up to. And at the time, I love Floyd Mayweather. This is, at the very exhaustion of Manny versus Floyd, which was happening. I'm like, I love Floyd. Like, when he was in the WWE for a little bit and, did his fights. And she was like, well, my aunt works for him. She's actually his personal assistant. I said, wait, huh? And she was like, yeah, give her a call. And I never thought, I think school is like fluffy sometimes, whatever. But and one of the things I'll never forget was like the elevator pitch. And still to this day, I don't know what I said. Her name is Tasha Robinson-White, lovely woman. That's my mentor. I love her. She gave me literally 11 seconds to tell her who I was and why I was calling her. And she answered the phone like I was like a bill collector. She was like, hello? I was like, I'm Marquell, da, 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 da. And I just got it out. And she took me under her wings, and she was showing me more so of the the management side of these things, how to take an athlete from here to here. And then she introduced me to a couple other folks. And that's how I heard about the Orlando Magic opportunity, which is what I just finished my internship. And that's how I got into sports. I didn't know that the job that I went for even existed until like maybe 2 years ago.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So I'm so fresh. It was my rookie season. It was cool.
So tell me about your role with the Magic. What kind of stuff were you working on there?
Oh my gosh. It was a real eye-opening experience. So before I even got to the Orlando Magic, I was doing a lot of community events. Social impact is very, very huge to me. I remember my first event I ever did was in 8th grade, which I want to say is 2010. Oh my God, I feel so old, man. Like my body's already aching and stuff.
Well, man, you're a kid still.
They said at 25, when you start playing like pickup basketball, baseball games, that's when you start to feel it. I'm feeling it at 24. So I'm like, hold on, I'm a little early to the party. I don't know. I'm like this. But
It's worse.
I was doing social responsibility and community relations with the Magic. So we had a lot of impact in the schools on the educational side, also working with a lot of nonprofits, working with the players and their interests, things that they wanted to see develop and I don't want to say groom, but really look after and support. And so us in-house, the office, we would make sure that we kept up with the communication, the donations, so many different things that really makes fans proud to be fans, make sure that kids feel supported through their endeavors. So it was I don't want to say exhausting. I wasn't tired, but it's a show before the show. Like it's a lot of work, and you have to have a passion to do it. And I'm just glad my passion to help led me to the NBA, to do it for an actual organization.
Yeah, and I really think that the NBA is one of the best out there when it comes to making an impact like that.
Yes.
So I'm a huge NBA fan. So I'll be rooting for my Magic once I'm back in Orlando.
Yeah, J.I. just went down. And I was like, oh man, that hurt. That hurt. I thought his impact in like the little preseason bubble games was amazing. And just a little insight about him, he's truly one of the nicest people ever. And I think sometimes people get nervous to talk to the players and talk to like celebrities, but they're really just cool. They're just people. Like they just they're treated like their product that has to be on the court or whatever sometimes. But like these guys are really, really good. Like it wasn't hard to ask them to care about, the Orlando area, especially when it came to young folks, youth. Tremendous job, tremendous organization when it comes to making sure that their players are out there doing positive things.
What other kind of internships or experience do you have, in sports, the community, or anything else?
Yeah, absolutely. So fortunately and unfortunately, I started doing my work seriously with the community after Sandra Bland. She went to a church here in the suburbs of Chicago, and that's where I'm from, Chicago, Chicagoland area. She went to a church, DuPage AME, and one of the members there, was pretty close to her, and so she's like, I feel like I have to do something. At that same time, this was, oh goodness gracious, my sophomore year of college, so 2015, 2016-ish, somewhere around there, is when I had my first ever speaking engagement. We happened to meet at this event, and this lady, Regina Brent, who's the president of Unity Partnership, she said, I like your energy. I like where your head is. Come under my wing and let's try to change things here in the community, make it better, at substantial levels. And that's where it really, really started. Being in the rooms with the mayor, being in the rooms with aldermen, being in the rooms with chiefs and superintendents of schools, and starting really trying to find a way to put these things together. And so from there on to being in Orlando, that's how it started. And in between, I would do events. I would help out with events, like whether that's me on the red carpet asking questions, sitting in the chair conducting interviews, securing talent for events. When I say events, meaning like basketball programs, galas, and charity dinners and stuff like that. I mean, literally any way that I could get in, I would do it. Tasha was a huge help for that, and there's other people like that had brought me in just to get some experience and see what it takes to run things at that level.
What's your ideal position that you're looking for now?
Woo. General manager. No, just kidding. I think it's an underrated move, and I just want to continue to try to speak it into an existence. But something that was really eye-opening for me is that these guys in the NBA or in sports in general are my age. So a lot of them are younger, some a little bit older, but having conversation with them showed me that they aren't necessarily so aware about what's going on because they're focused. Like they are, saying this is what I need to hone in on, make sure that I'm ready to pay or ready to play to get paid, but to actually make some moves on the court. And so I think to have someone young around them to hold on one second. Okay. But to be close to the players, I would like to do that just to help them understand, one, their influence, impact, things that are happening around communities, to see exactly where they can be effective. So, just to be honest with you, like I was really underwhelmed with our response as an organization to things that were happening in the community, especially after like the George Floyd situation. And it's not that I'm angry at anyone at all, because if you're not truly aware of what's going on or what's happening, I find it hard to hold you accountable. But when you have people like in my position that have come to the organization working so hard in the community, I just want to be able to provide the information. I want us to be able to have honest conversation. Some of it is very uncomfortable, but I want to show people how they can be allies to me, how I can be allies to them, women, players, whomever. Like I would love to take on a role where I'm helping people see their true potential on and off the court. from a mental standpoint, from a figure standpoint, because a lot of people, I mean, for years in sports in general, boxing, basketball, football, I mean, it holds a great deal of respect in a lot of people's heart. And I just want to make sure that as these NCAA schools and professionals are able to pick out people from the community, that those same communities are being supported on the back end, not by, releasing a shoe for $85 to $225, but by, building substantial amount of credit that allows more people to see, like, oh, I don't have to be in the NBA and dribble the basketball or swing the bat to make it. Like I tell my kids all the time when I go speak, I made it to the NBA my rookie season and I didn't dribble the basketball at all. And I never knew that that was possible. So just imagine if young folks know that, hey, I could go to, do graphic designing, where I get in trouble at school because the teacher think I'm doodling, but I'm actually drawing something that I could submit and put it on a jersey, or I could submit and put it on a poster. I just would like to, I don't know, be that voice on the inside for the players to understand what's really, really, really going on out there in the community. So I don't know what that definition is or what that title is, but whatever that is, that's what I would love to do. And I think that's where I could be the most useful to an organization and the, players.
What would you say is kind of the biggest asset that you have that you bring to a new position?
It's my Achilles heel. Like it's the double-edged sword. Like I am so fearless. Like I don't get frightened by anything. I'm not like, oh, that's too big of a task. I'm like, how do we get it done? Like I want to hear what sounds impossible, and then let's use let's use our brains. Let's use our heads to see how we figure it out. And so nothing is ever too intimidating to me. I've done events before that's like a month out, and like those things are tough to do. Events are like, whoa. But I think like, bringing me in, it's to have, like, I say, a beacon of light. And sometimes, like, to have that much light is not good, because sometimes you see the flaws. You see sometimes where things aren't necessarily the greatest, but you also see what is good. How can we propel ideas and shared visions to make sure that everyone around us feels like they're growing here, whether that's on the court, on the field, in the studio booth, or whatever the case may be. You have a true friend in me. And I don't always say what you want to hear. I just always say what I believe needs to be said, even if that's at the detriment of people like me.
I tell you, you gotta be that way. I mean, that's my advice. Definitely be genuine, be who you are. Not everyone's going to like, you or what you say or whatever, but, definitely be genuine. What area do you think you need to work on the most?
Patience. I'm trash at patience. I know we're only here. Like, the beautiful thing is, like, the opportunity of living life is so amazing. Like, truly, my favorite sport is baseball. I made it like further in basketball, just about a little bit, but my favorite sport is baseball, because baseball to me is a game of managing failure. Like, you go up to the plate, out of 10 times, if you can hit that thing 3 times, hold on, you're looking pretty good, but that 7 times that you didn't, like, how did you handle that? How were we able to manage a win? How were we able to use each other to get from, first base to second base, get them home? And I think it's such a beautiful game, and, teaches you early on about failure. You're not going to hit every ball that comes through. You can strike out, you get 3 chances or whatever, but it doesn't mean that you're bad. And, my thing is, like, understanding that, like, every idea that I have can't be done right now. It takes time. And corporate kicked my behind. My first time of working, like, actually in corporate, kicked my behind. And showing me that, like, everything can't be done right away, right then and there, and still keeping that passion, though. Like, don't let the fire burn out. Keep it, but also be cognizant of the, hey, like, it takes time to, like, really turn some of these corners that I think are necessary to turn.
How would you define success?
I would define it by how much time can I spend with my family comfortably. It's beautiful to me to see I had an event actually on Saturday, and one of our players, he performed a song with his kids, and I thought that was so beautiful, because at least in this country, like we work so hard to provide, right? And as a kid, you may not understand, like, oh, why is my mom going, or why is my dad going, or whatever. And they're like, I'm trying to provide for son or daughter to go off to college or to do whatever whatever it is that they want to do. But a kid doesn't necessarily care about the money part of that. They more so care about how rich can I feel with your time, your presence. That's where they feel the most love, a lot of the times. And so I just want to, whenever I'm blessed enough to have children, be able to, attend dance recitals or baseball games and basketball games or chess match or whatever the case may be. I just want to be able to spend time. It's the greatest luxury in the world to me. And I think to be successful is to be able to spend as much time with my family as I care to, and, be comfortable with it.
For your next position, are you open to relocation?
1000%. I believe in being obedient, and just holding myself accountable. If it's really a passion, if they call me to go to New Zealand tomorrow, I'm like, okay, let's figure it out. Like wherever the work needs to be done, I'm there, trying to figure out how to get it done. So yes.
All right. The last one, and this is always how I have to end, is give us a fun personal fact about you.
I'm terrified. I'm terrified of birds. I think there should be a flying limit.
Birds.
Birds creep me, especially in Florida too. These birds have no respect for anything. It's just like, and they're like tall too. I'm like, bro, can you fly elsewhere? Like, you have the ability to fly. Why are you walking near me? I went to the Vatican one time, and I had my headphones in. I was looking down, and I was on an ambassador trip, and like the kids I was in a group with, they were throwing breadcrumbs at my feet, and I wasn't paying attention. And next thing you know, I like look up, and all these birds are swarming me. And like at the Vatican, like you're right there by near the water. And I was like, damn, do I just jump in this dirty water, or do I just let it happen? And I just had to do like a windmill out of the bird, gang and stuff like that. I've never liked birds since. I think they fly entirely too low. It should be 100-foot limit where they can, fly to, throw worms up there, let them catch it. I don't know. I'm terrified of birds.
Someone said that it's good luck if they go to the bathroom on you. I don't know if that's true, but they told me that after it happened to me. And so I wasn't feeling it, but
yeah, birds are not, I'm cool without birds. That's my fun fact.
no, that's a good one. That's a good one. Well, I want to thank you for joining me. Hopefully we can get you out there working. I mean, number one is anyone who watches this video is going to be able to see the passion that you have, for the community. And that's the whole purpose of these videos, to be able to express that, let people see, passion, personality. And, I'm confident you'll be back out there pretty soon.
Absolutely. Yeah. Whatever it happens is supposed to happen. I think this is a beautiful time, like I said, to just sit back and go back to the drawing board and just to see where, the help is necessary. So again, I appreciate you using your platform and extending it to me. I just say like a message to any person out there, young or old, sees this, like, never just fall into the hype of being not good enough, or being too old for something, or being too unintelligent of something. Like, once that, we all have fire, but if without direction, it's not passion. So put some direction to it, and let that be the passion. So again, thank you.